Hi, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your June 6, 2024 new moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm. So, thank you so very much. And just note that the cards will tell you what you need to know, not what you want to know. Let's begin. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels, and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels, and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Okay, so we are crowned here with the tower. All right, Virgo. So starting off nice and gentle, calm and sweet with the tower at your feet, right? There is a sense of things having fallen apart or having gone through a time of profound change. It doesn't mean that things have to fall apart. It means the way that we thought it was going to be is not necessarily the same as it is. And that is a lot of life. So that's why we always have a lot of tower moments in our existence. Tower moments can be really happy. They can be getting married. They can be having kids. They can be, getting that job that you've always dreamt of. But it's then the realization of like, oh gosh, what's next? Type of thing. Like, how do I keep this going? So here with the tower, it is an opening of the mind. It is an expansion of the self. It is a profound and deep change that we are going through. And we could have been going through this since we were 16 years old. We could be going through this for 16 years. This new moon in Gemini on the 6th of June, it has us really seeking out change and spontaneity and creativity. So that's going to be really important here. And that kind of not balances out, but it can almost feel at times like I'm running away from something. We're running away from the intensity of the change that we have been through. Okay. And this moon can really, really, really help, perpetuate that energy. It moves us then to the Six of Wands reversed. We need to celebrate ourselves. We're going to find it very difficult to celebrate ourselves, to call our wins, to say, this is what I'm doing really well. Even if we're good at doing that externally, like people think, wow, you have so much self confidence. Oh my gosh, that's so great. We can be really doubting ourselves inside. So just being aware of that is going to be really important here. Really seeing ourselves, slowing things down, saying, what can I take on and what can't I? Or what am I afraid of and what am I not afraid of? And even if we think, oh, I should buck it up, I should be over that. No, it's like, okay, where do I stand? Why do I stand here? How am I moving forward? And showing yourself grace and respect and healing. It moves us then, Virgo, to the Two of Wands. Doors are going to start to open to us, or doors are even opening to us as we speak. We're going to be looking at things quite differently than we have been looking at them before. And that's going to be exciting and exhilarating. And there's a sense of like, well, what about this? And what about that? And how about this? And how about that? And that is going to be really cool. And that is really cool. It moves us to judgment. Now, we could have judged ourselves, and we can judge ourselves really harshly, Virgo. That's just part of who we are. But this is going to be a time where we really feel like we're being lifted out of darkness or out of fear or out of chaos and out of a box that we were put in. And now it's like, oh, I can though. Oh, I can move forward. Oh, I can go after this. Oh, I can go after that. Oh, I have this ability. Oh, I know this. And it brings us then to the sun reverse. Now, the sun is the happiest card in the whole entire deck when we have it reversed. We can think, oh no, I don't get to have happiness. No, it's like, it's on pause. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's coming. We're rising up out of darkness, out of doubt, and out of fear. The sun also rules Virgo energy, not Virgo energy, Leo energy, Virgo. So if you're born on the cusp with Leo, if you have Leo energy in your chart, that energy can be messing with us a little bit because the sun is reversed, but there is a sense of a pause on happiness, and we know that something's supposed to move forward. We know it's supposed to be really great, but there's like a pause around that energy. So being aware of that is going to be important. We then have the Hermit coming through in the upright position. We are represented by the Hermit in the major arcana. So that coming through here is really quite beautiful for us. And we're going to see ourselves looking inward, looking at what we desire, looking at what we want, calming things down, centering ourselves, and really saying, okay, where is it that I need to be for me? Like, how is it that I need to connect with the world for me? And it brings us then with the world. With the world, doors are opening, right, with the Two of Wands. And now with the world, we are going to see ourselves stepping into a new adventure, a new way of looking at things, stepping into a new sense of self. Now, in the Sabian symbolism, the moon in Gemini is represented as the head of a robust youth, changing, transforming into that of a mature thinker. And so here, as we move forward, we have wisdom with us. We do. We have wisdom with us from the tower, from the intensity, from the complexity of it all. So that is going to be very important during this time. That as we move forward, we don't think, oh, I'm no, let me rephrase. So what Spirit is saying is that we can want to prove to ourselves, oh, I'm not that anymore, right? I'm not the tower time. But we are always a bit of a tower time. We are always a bit of when something goes wrong, when something is unexpected, when something is traumatic. We always carry that with us, even though we don't want to. It doesn't always have to be in the forefront of our mind. But really looking at things during this time and knowing that, you know what? Because it hasn't been the easy road. You know what? Because it hasn't been the way I thought it was going to be. I have so much more insight. I have so much more understanding to my world and to myself. And I'm showing up for me. And that is going to be one of the most powerful and beautiful things you can do for yourself here, Virgo. So let's see what Spirit has to say. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a rose in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on Sunday. So hit the bell notification. Now, if you just want to purchase a private reading, go to my website, daneharttarot.com. There is a bunch of other stuff up there too. So I look forward to reading for you guys. Let's see here, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. This is peace reverse. We can find it very hard to kind of like slow things down and just be peaceful in ourselves. You know, it's funny because when I was younger, I always thought people who could sit quietly, like Buddhist monks. I always thought of Buddhist monks or the nuns who would pray all day. I would think like, oh, that's so peaceful, that's so beautiful. I could never do it. Like, not for me, right? But here, when we have peace reversed, it's like we're looking at that and we're thinking, oh, that's nice, but it's not for me. It's definitely not for me. But our soul is craving peace. So, however that manifests in our existence, but it does really manifest in slowing things down and centering ourselves. So that's going to be really important. It moves us then to our chakra message. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. This is determination reverse. This is the solar plexus chakra. We are so tired here, Virgo. We are so tired of swimming upstream, of one fight after another, that we have a block in our solar plexus chakra. Okay. This can also, manifest itself in stomach pains. Of course, always see a doctor, but just be mindful that we can be like just sick to our stomach about having to fight one more time, like having to keep on swimming upstream. Looking at things during this time and saying emotionally, spiritually, not just physically, because we can say, oh, that's tiring, or I need to build more muscle, or I need to do this, or I need to do that. But looking at things rather spiritually for ourselves and say, where am I drained? Where am I overwhelmed? What is holding me back? That is going to be really, 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 really important and helping us break through the blockage of the solar plexus chakra. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading. This is the Seven of Swords. Be mindful of liars. I mean, that's always a good one, right? Be mindful of liars and sneaks and cheats and people with their own agenda at heart. Be mindful also of lying to yourself, of thinking certain things are true, not seeing yourself openly and honestly, because we can be traumatized, we can be overwhelmed from the tower time, but also we're not celebrating us, we're not leading us, we're not being kind to ourselves in that way. So just being aware of that's going to be important. Now, Virgo, this new moon in Gemini, okay, it greatly affects mutable signs. And mutable signs are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. So just know that this is going to be a powerful time for you, okay? Also knowing that a new moon in Gemini, we can kind of harden our hearts. Not harden, it's cold. It's like freeze our hearts, cold our hearts, make our hearts cold. I don't know exactly how to say, but it's the sense of, yeah, not truly letting ourselves embrace our feelings, dive into our feelings. We want the logic behind it. We want the rationale behind it. So just being aware of that, we can find it much easier to analyze our emotions, to talk to them with somebody, to kind of dissect things apart instead of actually feeling it. We can come up with a nice, quick little saying or thing to do that makes us feel like we're dealing with something, but we're not feeling it. With the Tower, we can have enough of feeling things. We can have enough of, being emotionally bombarded. So do be mindful about that. But it's also going to be a real sense of like, I'm taking back my strength and my power. I am letting myself feel. Because sometimes no, a lot of times after a Tower time, you need a good cry. You need a good release, a mourning, a sense of like, oh, well, it's not the same as I thought it was going to be in my head. And it doesn't matter if things aren't bad. It's just, this is different than I had imagined it. And that can be enough of a Tower time. So just being mindful about that during this time and not letting our hearts be cold, but also with this new moon in Gemini, it is conjunct Venus, and Venus brings the love. It brings the love, it brings the warmth. So that's also really, really good. With the new moon being in Gemini, Gemini is ruled by Mercury. We are also ruled by Mercury. So this is a chatty Cathy moon for us. So just be aware of that. We can talk. My gosh. So here at the Tower, being aware that things have fallen apart, aren't what we thought they were going to be. We can feel at times like things are just ruined. It's not fair. It's not right. We can want to have a bit of a temper tantrum like a toddler about it because we're having those big emotions, and it's just like, I don't want this. I want more. So being aware of that, we do want more, but what we're going to have to see here is that we're not the same person that we were. And so our trajectory forward, it has changed a bit. So do be aware of that. What we had thought was going to be a given, or what we thought was going to be just so, it's going to look differently. We need to start celebrating ourselves, and we need to start seeing our worth with the Six of Wands reverse, because if we don't, we're never going to get to that place that we want to be. And the doors are opening, but spirits like the doors will not be opened forever if we don't start celebrating ourselves and saying, if not me, then who? If not now, then when? If we don't start taking these opportunities, they will close to us. But this is a time to say, I'm worth it. I know I am the leader of my world, my destiny, my soul, myself. I'm opening the doors. And we're coming out of judgment. We're coming out of judging ourselves, feeling judged by others, being put into a box and told, that's where I need to be. And as we do this with the sun, we're going to see that there's a radiance, and we know there's going to be more. We know there's something more here. But with the sun reversed, we can really kind of like doubt, because it's like, well, it's not happening right now. It's never going to happen. And it's kind of like, when the sun rises and the darkness starts to fade away. It doesn't happen all at once. Like all of a sudden the sun is up in the sky. It happens slowly and gradually. So it's happening. We know it's coming. And even though it's not that big, noonday sun that we're waiting for, it is still slowly lightening our world, brightening things for us. And it moves us then to the Hermit. It moves us to the essence of us as we step into the world, as we open up the door, as we say, there's so much more here to me than meets the eye, and there's so much more to what I want in my world than I had ever realized I desired. And this is a moon because we're setting the intention, right? In a new moon, we set the intention. We set the intention for the next full moon. But it's not the next full moon in like 15 days. It's the next full moon in Gemini, and that's in 6 months. We're setting the intention for the rest of 2024, which is wild. It's wild. And I don't like it. So here, and I do like it, I'm just joking. Here, there's this real sense of, okay, how am I going to move forward in the next half of this year for myself, for what I desire, for who I am, and where I'm going in my world? And this is very much Virgo taking the bulls by the horn and going, yep, this is what I'm going after. This is who I am, and this is what I want from my life. Our subconscious spirit message is luminous. This moon has us being luminous, has us embracing our shine, our sparkle, our intensity, our beauty of self naturally and powerfully and lovingly. It brings us then to our chakra message, which is the inner child, the heart chakra, who is loving showing up during this time. Just connecting with our inner child is going to be so important to us, so healing for us, so empowering for us. And it is for everyone. The inner child is really being called to by this new moon in Gemini. So just being aware of that. It moves us to our energy to be mindful of. We're releasing a lot of vampiric energy with the Four of Pentacles. And as we're releasing this vampiric energy, we're finding our footing forward. We're saying, what is it that I want? Where is it I need to be? But we can easily fall back to old harmful patterns that didn't serve us and didn't help us. So just being aware of that is going to be important. And then we have here the Empress reversed. You're kind of done taking care of everybody else and being everything for everybody else. It doesn't mean that we get to run from our responsibilities. Unfortunately, sometimes no, we still have to show up, which is like great. But here with the Empress, there's blocked creative energy that needs to be moved forward. And it first starts with a healing and a cultivating that unmoving spirit within ourselves to say, this is what I'm creating. This is how I'm moving forward. This is what I'm going after. And nothing and no one is going to stop me. We need to claim our sacred feminine power, our sacred feminine self, and then move forward with distinction, determination, and, and focus. All right. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you, and note that there's going to be a loud sound. All right. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Virgo. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.